Welcome to season 3 of the podcast. As you guys can see, we have a new set, new camera. Everything is dialed in for this season. So glad to be here. It's been a long time coming. And we're here today. We had to have the homie Raymond Gerard Braza, aka Gerard, aka Gerard. And we talked about his new company that we really didn't talk about in the first episode. And the second episode, we did talk about a little bit, but RGB and Company. We talked about his short film Novelty that is dropping at the end of the year, and just the whole entire filming process with that. So far, as of today, 75% of the film is finished. So we talked about that and also the rest of the film that needs to be filmed. So we talked about that. We talked about the Writers Guild Association and the strike, and we got into just a lot more. So hopefully you guys enjoy this conversation. Please like the video and comment down below and subscribe because it helps out with the podcast and the channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy this conversation. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Peace. So, dude, you're right. First podcast was 2 years ago, and the second one was 11 months ago.
Oh, you checked?
Yeah, I just checked while taking a dookie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, in that span of 2 years. So the first one, do you remember where you were at around that time? Like, what were you doing?
Damn, bro, 2 years flew by so quick. I think, yeah, I was still I was still doing videos for IMDb and Tastemade and a few other people. Like, I think around that time I was like doing like a social video for like Doritos and like a bunch of other companies, but I didn't move out yet. From what I
that's
remember.
right. Yeah, you were here in
I
Oxnard.
was like, yeah, I was still in Oxnard, and I was like transitioning into trying to like move to LA, which is obviously where Hollywood, quote unquote Hollywood, is where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was
Can you move the mic just a little bit closer, as like right in front of you? There you go.
Yeah, 2021. Yeah, it was weird because I still remember when like it was like very spontaneous. Like I didn't even know I wanted to like leave. I mean, I knew I wanted to leave, but I didn't think it was gonna happen like overnight. It felt like it happened overnight. And then since then, I've been just like hustling out there and like making connections and just doing what I gotta do in order for myself to like really have that, I guess, being in the industry fulfillment.
Yeah.
You know, lack of a better term, but
So I'm just curious. So from the second one podcast that we did 11 months ago is when you moved out from Oxnard to, I mean, how long ago were you out of Oxnard since then?
so I've been in Woodland Hills, LA, area for 2 years. So the second time
That
I
was
was,
about like a year you had.
yeah,
right?
I was already moved out. It's been like a year since the second podcast. So I was like living out there for like, it's been a year since
Right.
then.
So my question is, from the first podcast that we did, just doing, I mean, you could call yourself a freelancer. Were you a freelancer? Were you like edited? I mean, were you contracted by these companies? Were you like employed by these companies? What was going on?
I was signed under like 2 agencies, so I had like managers and stuff, and they would give me work. But yeah, I guess even today I would consider myself like a freelancer. But since I have a company now, I try not to consider myself as a freelancer and more of a
different
just
title.
a businessman, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty much my own boss though. So
Right. How much of that is like trying to balance the work between doing, working for IMDb and Doritos and Converse and all these other companies? How much of that is the balance between that and RGB?
Oh, good question. So I guess like a common misconception with like people who know me now, they think, I mean, I don't know who thinks that, but I'm pretty sure a few people think, oh, RGB has a lot of clientele, when I don't really. A lot of it is like, so like IMDb and like Tastemade and other stuff I've done, it was all under my name, not under my company. Because if it's under my company, that means I bring everyone who's a part of it on it.
Right.
So the only things I've really done like with my company that like I consider like work is um are like a few podcast shows that are like the Stack Overflow podcast. I can say this now, but
Yeah.
Stack Overflow podcast is like one of the biggest. It's pretty much the biggest engineering subreddit in the world. So like everyone knows what Stack Overflow is if you're an engineer. So
Interesting.
like to like dive deep into like the marketing side of that and working with like the content managers at Stack Overflow with RGB, it was pretty cool. I was able to bring like my homie Ryan, who owns Retor. Shout out to Retor. He's like one of my good friends now, and he's been working with me for like a year. And then Connor,
Yeah.
Conman, and then Marissa. Like my whole team was able to, and Lewis. My whole team was able to like work with them for like a year. So and that's kind of it's slowed down now, but it was a great experience working with them for like a year or so.
Mm.
So
So, I mean, it's still, I mean, you have the ball rolling and you have momentum with RGB, and it's still kind of like that process of building it up and kind of getting to a point where you can work on that full time. I would think, right?
yeah, I mean
I
there
mean, you're
were
doing it a lot. I mean, you're working on it all the time, anyways.
yeah, I mean it's crazy because like I am a freelancer, but when it comes to my company, there were months where like I didn't work with IMDb or Tastemade, and I did work with art. I did work under my company full time, trying
Mm.
to get like clients and like cold calling and all that, and just like doing the whole sales aspect of like just trying to get sales and stuff. But yeah, it's a good and challenging experience, because the balance of being a freelancer and being like a, I guess, entrepreneur, owner, or whatever is like it's pretty crazy now. But yeah,
Right.
I try to keep the ball rolling as much as I can to support my friends who work with me and everyone who I connect with. So
Right. And how much of, I mean, have you, I'm sure just living out in LA, you've noticed just being able to connect with people from the industry more. Like how is that experience just being in LA?
yeah, I mean, of course you can always like. And another common misconception too, like people think you have to physically be in LA to make connections. And it's like realistically, no, I didn't have to move out. For me, it was just more like I wanted to physically be outside of Oxnard because if I were to,
Because it's toxica. I'm just kidding.
no, 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 it's not that at all. It's just for me as a person, like I want to grow outside of my zip code. Like I love Oxnard. I come here every weekend, so, but. Excuse me, but I just, for me, living on my own, like in a different zip code and like different county, I just personally want to grow, and it is closer to people
Yeah.
physically, so that's why I was able to meet up with a bunch of people.
Yeah, you kind of get to just like mingle with them and just like physically there's connecting on social media, and then there's just connecting like in person. It's a
Yeah,
lot better.
it's definitely more fulfilling meeting them in person and not connecting through Zoom or anything, because like I've had Zoom fatigue like during COVID, and I like it works for like long distance relationships, of course, like whether it's like meeting someone in New York, trying to get a client from there. Like it works like in that regard. But for me, like I just love talking to people in person because things are more translated seamlessly and not misinterpreted. Where like in text or like Zoom call, it's just different. Like being there in person and just talking to them in person is just better, in my opinion.
Right. For the newer people that are watching this right now, can you just explain what RGB is? Because just so people don't have to go back to the other podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So RGB, it's my name pretty much. Raymond Gerardo Braza, Gerard Braza. I go by Gerard. Most people call me Gerard, which I prefer. But yeah, it's just basically a company, a video on paper. It's a video production company, but for me, it's more of like a collective. So like RGB and company means me and everyone I take with me to
Right.
come up with me, I guess.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, we focus on like mainly just like content creation, video production, and pretty much anything you can think of in regards to like storytelling and
Mm.
video production. But I mean, I do have like a small collective where like I guess it's more of a collective than an agency. Like for me, anytime I get like gigs and they're looking for like dance, anytime that I get gigs and a casting director hits me up, hey, we're looking for dancers or actors, I go to my people who are quote unquote part of my collective.
Right.
And whoever's a part of my collective is pretty much like everyone on Novelty, including you. So
Right.
yeah, everyone's a part of it. If you're a part of my short film Novelty, which we'll get into, I guess, later.
Yeah, I mean, we could get into it right now.
Yeah.
Novelty. So, I remember we didn't, or
We
you
didn't
had the
shoot
idea.
it, right? We didn't shoot it the
No.
last time I was here.
No. So you had I think you mentioned you dropped a hint, right?
Yeah.
In that podcast, and then after that was when filming started.
Yeah.
So
Bro,
just
that's crazy.
I know, right? Dude, almost a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
So from that time, I mean, how was just the whole first part of the filming process? Because only one half of the film is shot, right? As of right now.
Well, 75% of it shot.
Okay.
So yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm super blessed, man. It was crazy. I mean, I like in the other podcast, so I guess I can kind of like reiterate and summarize so people don't have to look at the past podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, Novelty originally was supposed to be pitched to GoPro as a series, like an episodic series where it's like a dance epic, and try to how GoPro can be used through dance and stuff, and like through that perspective. And this was in 2016, so that fell through. And then I dropped the project, didn't even think about it. Then COVID happened, and I guess COVID was like a blessing in disguise for like a lot of people, including myself. Really made me think of what I really wanted to do during downtime. So I thought to myself, you know what? I'm not the type of person to drop projects. If I start something, you best know I'm gonna finish it. So I guess I had this script in end of 2019 already, but during 2020 when like during lockdown, that's when I really got going. Like, okay, let me rewrite some stuff, make this a longer film. Like I think it was like 30 pages, which is like 30 minutes, which is pretty long for a short film. So I wrote that 2020, and I reached out to Byron Bucal. Shout out to Byron Bucal, owner of Alias, and we'll talk about all that later. But yeah, I reached out to him and asked him, hey, I'm doing a short film. It involves dance, and I would love for you to be a part of the lead cast. And he was just down for it, especially because like I guess not a lot of people know this, and I'll say this now because people are gonna forget anyways. But it is an homage to Byron just a little bit. It's an homage to Byron, and I don't want to say another individual, but it's an homage to like the early days of when Byron created a studio, I guess. And this was I guess coined earlier when I was speaking to my homie Chris Megacat, who's like one of my good friends now. Chris Megacat, he helped me kind of shape the story and made me realize, oh, this is an homage to Byron. I guess it was like coincidental and serendipitous, because it wasn't really an homage to him until like Chris, he's one of the main producers of Novelty. He's the one, and Chris, and he's the one who really instilled it in my head, like, dude, this is like low key an homage to Byron, and since then we kind of like made it centered around that, but still adding my own flavor and still keeping it original. But I do think so 2020. Sorry, I'm like going off into these tangents.
No, yeah. So from that GoPro epic, you were saying it evolved from that to what it is now, Novelty, short film. Yeah. And just explain what Novelty is so that people can just already like.
Yeah. Just so I can explain it quicker.
Yeah.
But yeah, Novelty is it's a short film about. I don't want to spoil too much.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Novelty is a short film about a group of troubled high school students who recall their dreams and ambitions through an assignment given in detention. That's like I think that's verbatim the summary on IMDb that I wrote.
But nice.
That's pretty much it. It's like they go in detention and it's like Breakfast Club, which is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right.
So it's pretty much Breakfast Club with dance. That's a big spoiler, but that's all I'm spoiling right now.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to watch it with you guys, just
The rough cut.
the rough cut.
Yeah.
And so far it looks amazing, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really
Excited for the second half.
Yeah, the
Or
actual
other
the other stuff that we need to
stuff.
shoot. But yeah, so that's pretty much Novelty, and yeah, it's pretty much 7 years in the making, bro, and we're not even done yet. Plan to shoot the rest in August or September. It's
Right.
just kind of hard right now, given like the strikes and like my budget and stuff.
So what's okay? We know about like the good stuff. What were some of the challenges and like stuff that came up, like obstacles that came up during that whole filming process of just that part, like
Yeah.
locations?
Dude, so like the thing with like shooting films, we're always gonna run, like I've learned this, like there's always gonna be something we run into that we fucking hate.
Oh,
Like
bro, let me just say that one scene that we filmed, and then it was just
The
like
airplanes?
airplanes, noise
Yeah.
after noise. That was a tough one, and like first time being on film, experiencing that, I was like, whoa, this is different. This is a new experience.
And yeah, Brandon's in the film. I'm not gonna say which character he plays, but he fucking killed it. He killed it, and I apologize if I was like really like annoyed from the airplanes, but there were times when Brandon and the other characters would get it right, but there would be noise, and we can't keep it if there's like hella noise in the background.
Right.
So like there were times when that was challenging, but I guess like behind the scenes, dude, we went through so much casting changes. Like I'm not gonna get too deep into, because I'm not trying to like put anyone under the bus, but we went through so many casting changes, and I could not have casted. The cast wouldn't be as great now without Byron and Chris, because they helped me from the ground up. Like it was really hard. Like there were times when I didn't think, with just the casting, there were times when I didn't think we were gonna like cast perfectly, but I think we did, at least to my liking and everyone else's liking, and then like locations, like that was tough. Like we couldn't get trailers the day of because there was like a leak in the parking lot, and it's just like that's like one obstacle. Like we didn't think we were gonna shoot it. Like the shout out to the location manager, Jose. He was the reason why we were able to shoot at the location that we shot in, because once the leak happened, bro, like he literally found another location for us, but I didn't like the location, so we kind of like waited out, and then luckily it happened. The leak was fixed the next day prior to shooting, and it worked out. Budgets too, like there are times when like, because I'm just gonna be open about this, like I funded the whole movie myself. Like I spent thousands of dollars out of my pocket, and there are times when I couldn't really get exactly what I wanted because it wasn't in my budget. And there are times when Marissa, who's fucking beast ass producer, like the logistically, like she killed it. Like we would not have made the film without her, because there are times when we had to compromise budgets, and it was hell, because we wanted like X amount of lights, but we couldn't get it, and we can only work with what we have with limited resources. And it's just hard, like mentally thinking, how can we make a film with limited resources but still make it the best it can be,
So for you have like different people doing specific things. Like you said, Marissa's doing logistics.
Yeah.
Byron's doing casting, and I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say it, like the D word, like
dancing.
Yeah, can I say that?
Yeah, they know it's a dance film, so
okay, cool. I just don't want to spoil anything.
No, you're good.
And you have sound, you have music, you have all these different people, and what I think, just being around the cast and the crew and just everyone, it does feel like a collective. It does feel like a family. So I do think Byron, everyone else got the casting right. Thank you. That. So it just feels natural, it feels organic, it feels like a family. It does. It really does.
Yeah. I mean, and we are.
No, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one thing with me. Every production I go on, or every big project I go on, I want to make sure we're all comfortable with each other. Like I literally like screen everyone and like ask like, oh, like, what do you think of this person? It's because like I don't say yes easily, especially because like I I try not to favor anyone, you know. And like even with like casting, like there are times when I second guess myself, you know, with but I mean it all worked out, you know. Especially you, like fun fact, Branden. We went through like 3 different people for Branden's character. Then I'm glad Branden was able to like, he didn't even audition. He just showed up and he did his shit and like he killed it.
Well,
you know.
So I think it was the night before. Was it the night before you messaged me?
Yeah, because you were originally just supposed to like help.
Yeah, exactly.
But like you ended up being one of the core people. So because everyone's a core.
Oh yeah.
A core character without one character we wouldn't have made it.
Right.
You know? And then after shooting like part 1. With, you know, casting and stuff, there are times when like we were gonna like drop people like just because, you know, but no, we casted well. And now like again, shout out to Byron, shout out to Vincent too. Vincent helped out with getting our dancers, you know, and because I fell in love with these dancers, like I made them characters now, and like now they have speaking roles which we're gonna shoot. And you've met like all of them pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that leads me into like the new people.
Well, actually, before we talk about that, can we talk about the table read too? We didn't talk about the table read and that day. That was like
last year.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and this was before you were casted, right?
Yeah, and okay. I was just there helping out again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So before shooting, dude, that was a year ago.
Yeah.
So we did a table read, and off the bat, I knew we casted really well because, mind you, everyone who did this film, they're not professional actors, you know. So I took that risk because I wanted to be like Jonah Hill, like mid-90s, cast dancers to be in a dance film. But yeah, because of the table read, I knew we casted like perfectly, and that was like really cool because I some of them I didn't even meet in my life. You know, I kind of trusted Byron, and you know.
Was that the first time meeting them as well? That day?
A few of them, yeah. It was my first time meeting them in person.
Oh shit!
And I was like, okay, they don't know me. I hope I hope like they know what they're getting into and stuff. I know what I'm getting into.
Right.
But yeah, it worked out really well.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize that was like your first time meeting.
Well, it was my first time meeting. Like, yeah, it was the first time meeting. I can't name my like. Yeah. Fernando, Fernie, and like Jasmine and Dahlia.
You're going by the character.
Yeah. No, that's their real names.
No. But you were trying. I was thinking you were thinking of the character.
Yeah, I was thinking of the character. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first time, and I don't know. It was like crazy. Everyone loved it, you know. And now it's like we're still going at it after a year. So.
Right, and then now that leads us to the second part of the filming process, and then you were saying you have more kids on there, the younger crowd, younger generation.
3 of them, yeah.
Yeah. So how is that, and just the whole process with that? Because I know it's like not dealing with parents, but like, you know, coordinating with parents.
Yeah. So originally, like, this was okay after we shot the film. No, even before we shot the film, we were practicing a few dances because we weren't sure when we were going to shoot this, you know. But so I asked Zach and Zach's mom, you know, they're great on TV. I asked them, so I need like a few girls and a few guys, you know. I even asked Vincent, who helped with casting as well, who I need strong dancers, and I wanted to give a few Eminon's like the high school team of Alias. I want to give some of Eminon a chance, but I want to choose like the right dancers, I guess, you know. And we got 3 of them. Shout out to Emma, Aaliyah, and Isaac, who are like the younger kids in the film. Also Ruben, he's from CI All-Male. He was recommended from Ben, and he can flip and stuff, and so could like they're crazy. They're crazy,
bro.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't even like think. I didn't even think about like getting like new cast members per se. I thought they were just gonna be backup dancers, you know. But I ended up like liking them a lot to the point where I wanted to give them like some lines, you know. Right. So and then shout out to like some of Oxcord who was recommended from Zoriel. Oxcord is a collegiate dance team project. So
here in Oxnard?
Yeah, here in Oxnard. So we were able to cast Dalen, Kai, Wayne, Johnny, Ishmael, and yeah, they're fucking great. Like all of them are great. Like I didn't expect to get like so close to them, like to all of them, you know, but I'm glad we had those like talks, like even like with the kids too. Even with the kids, like if I told myself I'm gonna have kids, I'm gonna do it the right way, you know, so that way I don't get in trouble or anyone else on the team
Yeah.
gets in trouble. So I told myself, okay, let me have the parents get to know me, you know, and like, and I met them up and I spoke to them, like I spoke to them, telling them about my life and stuff, and like now I'm like really close to them. I consider them like my uncles and aunties, you know,
Right.
because yeah, they're really cool. They're yeah, shout out to the parents who like they have to be there if their kid's under 18. Like every rehearsal, they're literally waiting for like 2 to 5
Damn.
hours, like every rehearsal, you know. So shout out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
Real heroes.
Mhm.
Real. Damn, dude, that's awesome.
Yeah. It's really cool, and like yeah, we're like rehearsing, and like I gave them a few lines, changed the script and stuff, and like because of the rapport I was able to build with everyone on Novelty, like they're the people who I'm gonna bring on like for every commercial I do. Like some of them were in the Converse commercial I did,
Right.
and then we have a deal with some company. I'm not gonna say any company, but
Oh,
we have
I've been seeing that. Yeah.
we have a deal with them, and like everyone pretty much everyone's gonna be a part of it.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. I'm glad, like I'm glad we're all like one big family.
Right. And I mean, just seeing it, like I said earlier, it's like it does feel like there's just a lot of momentum, with RGB. So I'm just excited to see even more what's ahead. And
Thank
no worries. And then we talked about, dang, what were we gonna talk about after this? Because something came up. Oh yeah, the writers.
Oh yeah, the writer strike.
So
Damn.
what was the deal with that? Because my work was going on strike, when was it? Last month, and then they ended up passing like 15% cost of living raise over 3 years. So I don't know what's going on with you guys.
So the strike, like in the industry, is like, I get like, to shorten it up, they're not getting paid a lot. They're not getting paid fairly. Like the CEO of like, I'm not gonna name the company, is getting more than the actual people who are putting in the work like to make these stories come to life. Writers are important. That's why like it for me it didn't so far, knock on wood, doesn't affect me, but still like having my friends work for certain companies and they're getting laid off, because it's a written show, and all shows that are written in their union are shut down right now until the union pays the writers fairly. And it sucks, but I am in solidarity with the writers right now. That's why I've been going on my downtime. But yeah, it's pretty shitty, especially because like it has affected some of like my clients and stuff. Like I was able to work with a few companies because of that, but I mean, I guess it's for the better. Like the writers have to get fucking paid,
For sure. I saw somewhere recently where, I mean, obviously there's a lot of movies affected, but one of them was Spider-Man. I think it was like Spider-Man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The fourth installment.
Mm-hmm. The fourth. Yeah, the fourth one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah, it's.
Do you know
shitty.
exactly what they're asking for? Is it just?
They're not even asking for a lot. They're just asking for like a smaller percentage. But I mean, DGA, the Directors Guild of America, they got a deal. So hopefully writers, because like all the DGA and SAG-AFTRA brothers and sisters are coming together with the WGA, the writers. So it's pretty cool that we're all in this together, because yeah.
What's that one card? It's like a card you get to join the entertainment industry. Do you know what is that called?
The union, like a union.
Yeah, I think
like
it's
a voucher.
I think it's that. No, it's like a.
It's a union.
It's like
card.
a membership, right?
Yes, SAG-AFTRA.
Is that part of it?
Yeah, SAG is union for actors. So.
Okay.
And then, for me, it sucks too. Like for me, like I'm qualified to be in the union as an editor, but it's like a bad time to join the union right now, because of the strikes. But once things get better, then I'll hop on it. So. Mm-hmm.
Have you watched any good movies recently?
Yeah, I saw Spider-Man.
Damn, I still need to watch it.
Yeah.
I still need to watch that.
Yeah, the second one. Oh, is it Beyond no, Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
I saw.
Dude, I saw one. Read somewhere where that one scene.
The Lego.
I'm not sure which one it was, but it took 4 years to make.
Oh, the one. I don't want to spoil it, but the one where there's a lot of Now, I know what you're talking
insane.
about. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then I saw the Boogeyman and like Little Mermaid. They're all good. I mean, I watch movies like every week, so
Yeah,
I'm a movie person. Yeah.
Freaking dude, one movie that I'm excited to watch is Christopher Nolan's
Oppenheimer. Yeah,
dude,
the same day it comes out with Barbie. I'll probably watch both in the same day. Support Greta Gerwig and Christopher Nolan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, just like the whole story of just the Manhattan Project and the A-bomb. It's just, I mean, I'm excited to see how he portrays that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of A-listers on there. I'm excited. Even with Barbie too. Like I don't care. Like I'm a guy watching Barbie. I don't care.
I'm just getting like random facts just in my mind right now. And then one of them was for Barbie, like they ran out of pink paint. Yeah. So
well, it was pretty funny. Yeah. Greta Gerwig, I love her work. So yeah, I support her. So
right,
looks good.
So I mean, for her, what other films did she do?
She's done Little Woman and Lady Bird, which they're both great. And she's done a few more, but those were... If this is like her fourth director debut, then she's killing it,
Mm.
They're both Oscar nominated, so...
Shit. Didn't you say you wanted to start a movie review podcast? You mentioned that on one of the podcasts that we did.
I don't think.
It wasn't really movie review. It was more so like haunted. Haunted?
Yeah. So that's on hold too. One of my clients was gonna fund it, but it's on hold. So I don't know, and it's hard right now. Especially because
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Yeah, but it was supposed to be like a series, like a fictional horror podcast. Kind of like what Jordan Peele's doing, but yeah, that's on hold.
Yeah. Dang. Okay, so going back, we took a little detour real quick.
Cool.
So going back to the second part of the film, I mean, is everything good? Is everything?
Yeah, it's hard, because like we don't have set choreography yet. Like shout out to our amazing choreographers, Ivan, Matt, Kai, Dalen, Zach, Z, me, shoot. A lot of people probably, I choreographed like a small piece with my boys Kai and Dalen. But yeah, it's hard. It's just because like we're doing this, like I'm working around their schedules, and there's like 20 people, right? 20 dancers, and it's hard working around their schedule, so that's why like we do plan to shoot August, but we might have to push it to September, especially because like the budget's like, again, it's coming out of my pocket, so like it gives me a little bit more time to like save up, because I don't really plan to like get investors until like I do my feature film, which I'm like in talks right now with I'm not gonna say, but yeah, that for sure, like once I wrap Novelty, that'll be my main focus, is my feature film.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
But first things first, I gotta get this going. And I mean, is it just a matter of filming, or is like the whole writing's done, right? Writing's done.
The writing's done. It's just the choreography. Like it sounds easy, but choreography, like it's hard. Finalizing the dance moves, like we don't even know where exactly we want to shoot. We're just like we're just kind of envisioning it in our head, like, spoiler, there's like a kitchen scene, right? And like we're just like imagining it, like, how it's gonna play out, but we won't know until
you actually see it.
We actually see it, but we don't know the location yet. Exactly, because I have a few places in mind, but we haven't gone there to rehearse or anything because we're still finalizing the choreo, which is taking a long time,
I see. So that whole process is just, I mean, getting the kind of the basic idea of it, and then obviously with the kitchen and everything, you get there and it's like the layout is different.
Yeah, it might be different, especially because we rehearse like once a week, which isn't a lot, for like 2 to 3 hours. Tomorrow's gonna be like 5 hours because we didn't rehearse last week, but it's a slow it's a slow long process, but it'll be worth the wait.
No, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we talked about this too, about just the choreographers and the dancers. They're on their own schedule too, so you have to kind of have to work around their schedule as far as like their competitions, meets and stuff. You were recently at one in Vegas.
Yeah, shout out to like Eminon. You know, like I love watching the kids perform. Kind of like, you know, kind of feels I was never on a dance team, you know, so it kind of like being like supporting them makes me feel a part of it. You know, like it's pretty cool. Like, you know, watching them and like seeing how far Eminon has gone, because I've always looked up to Byron, you know, and how he runs Eminon. I've learned so much on how he cleans a dance team, which I'm trying to utilize when I clean my dancers for the movie, you know, which I'm probably not even going to clean. Cleaning is like
just clean everything up.
Yeah, clean everything up, like the moves and stuff, because like it's different when like you're doing it and you think you're doing it right, but like there are little things, like little moves and stuff, little subtleties that like you got to watch out for. So like, yeah, I'm not going to clean because like I'm not, you know, a professional choreographer like Byron, but I've learned a lot from Byron and like being a part of like Alias and stuff and like supporting them. So it's cool supporting like especially like my dancers. They're in, you know, they're part of Alias, like
right.
Faction too. Shout out to Faction. Like it's cool like supporting the dance community, especially because like I'm making a dance movie for the dance community. So like, I mean, it gives them a little tease of like what I do, you know, like. And I can't wait for them to see what we've done, you know, what we're doing.
Well, that, and then, I mean, I said this earlier before, but everyone that's working on Novelty is very good at like a specific thing that in their profession, like Byron, dance, choreography, directing, Marissa, logistics,
producing.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's cool seeing just everyone get together and putting their best foot forward. Mm-hmm. And even like, you know, the actors that are first time acting, it's crazy, dude. Like that one scene, I don't want to spoil it, but I really felt that one too. So
I'll say it. Fuck it. No, I'll say one word. I'll say 2 words. Fight scene.
Yes,
that's the one. You're right.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
There's
dude.
2 though. Which one? The one in the outside or inside? Inside. Yeah. Everyone loves that scene, and it looked. I don't know. I just think like. So like since they're not actors, like professional actors, we rehearse like a lot, you know. So I mean, it worked out, you know, because it looks, in my opinion, it looks natural, right?
It does.
Like, it looks really natural.
Does really look natural.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for like, not even the dance community, because this is going like worldwide, bro. Like I'm make this shit like go out worldwide, you know. Like I'm excited for them to kind of see like why we made this film, because there's a reason why. Like I don't make it just for me. Like there's a reason why I made this film. And people will know,
right?
So,
and I mean, so during that whole filming process, like, what were you going through as far as like just seeing it unfold and just like being in the moment, being?
Dang, my stomach's growling. I'm hungry. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say this. The last day of shooting part 1. Wait, were you there when I ended up crying?
No, I wasn't there.
Yeah, I ended up like crying like the last day because like, dude, I've been trying to make this film for like 7 years, especially because like, yeah, this film has been in my archive for like a long time, you know, and like I as a like aspiring filmmaker, you just don't know when shit's gonna happen, you know. And when part 1 happened, I'm like, oh god, like we did it, you know, we did that, you know. And it was just really fulfilling, and it was emotional for me because the story means so a lot to me, and I think it'll mean a lot to like the community once they do see it. But it hits home, so that's why like I teared up, and like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna tear up once we officially wrap it, you know. But yeah, man, I just can't wait to finish it.
Right. Let me go through this because I remember. Hold on one sec.
And you can cut some stuff like.
No, we don't. Yeah, I mean, if you want, we can just cut whatever you want. We'll just cut it, but we don't have to. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we really didn't talk about Converse. Like,
oh shoot.
Well, how was that? Like the whole filming process? And I mean, even just like the idea, did you guys just have like free range to just film, or did you guys like
Well, I don't want to say too much because it's not out yet. I don't even know. Like, it's just we're sending it to Converse, but it's going through like some phases and stuff right now. But I don't want to speak too much about it. But I mean, that was cool. Like, just got some shoes and we just thought,
Just
okay, let's just
came
make
up with
some.
an idea?
Let's just make. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
literally it was spontaneous. It took 2 hours, and the dancers who are not the dancers that were chosen from, like, shout out to Byron and John. John's like an amazing costume designer as well. Just like yeah, he helped with casting with that. So it was Emma, Gail, Dalen, Zach, and Zoriel and Byron. So, and even me, shit, I was in it too for like for a little bit. But and Mark, my cousin Mark. But yeah, we shot that in 2 hours. But I can't really explain anything without showing it, and I can't show it until like the fall.
Well, you've been making appearances, and you made an appearance in the film as well.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I plan to be like not M. Night Shyamalan, but kind of like his cameos. You know, how like he's always in his films. But yeah,
Was that something you plan that?
Well, no. So Sam, shout out to Sam. He's our official DP on RGB. Yeah, he told me to be in it, so I'm like, I'm down. Yeah. I do like a. I don't want to. I don't.
No,
wanna,
yeah.
Yeah. Even in Novelty, he proposed that to me. But yeah, Sam, the guy with the camera, our DP, he's RGB's official DP. I plan, to have him like for every. I plan to have him to shoot everything I do.
What is DP?
Director of photography.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And what does he do?
He shoots. He directs the camera work.
So does he have like? Does he get the storyboard and everything, and like plans that out? And
Yeah, he plans it out with me. And then we have a gaffer. Shout out to Jay. But yeah, they're in charge of the mise en scène, which is like everything you see on the screen. So the lighting, type of shots, they go through me with that. But yeah, Sam's dope.
Damn, that's huge.
Yeah.
As far as like, because you have to be like in sync with the director.
Yeah, and you have to know like camera work and lenses and all that, which I'm not very technical,
Right.
But Sam and Jay and like everyone a part of like the crew, like they're all.
I mean, especially lighting too. Like
Yeah, lighting
guys that were doing their thing.
Lighting's really big, which, yeah, lighting's fucking important. If we're gonna spend money, spend it on lights. But yeah, lighting's important. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, fucking Sam. Love Sam.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then I'm sorry, I don't know her name, but she was doing the sound.
Oh yeah, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Jennifer. Shout out to Jennifer and her husband Michael. They're like one of my good friends. They're like my good friends, like one of my great ones. But yeah, they're heavy hitters. Like they've been in the industry longer than I have.
Right.
So, yeah, shout out to them.
I mean, there's something about just being surrounded by people that are just they're doing their best and are like really good at what they're doing. It just pushes you to become better as well.
Yeah, like for me, my mentality, I'm not saying like I'm good or anything, but I like working with people who are like way better than me. Like that's how I see it, because I like learning. It's give or take. Like I love inspiring people. I love teaching, but I just love being a student, bro. Like,
Sure.
I love learning. Like even on Novelty, like when I was directing it, like I got suggestions from Sam, and like like it's always good to like be open-minded,
Yeah, for sure.
because like sometimes, like, not gonna lie, every time like I write something, I don't have an ego, but you have to let your ego go if you want to grow, because like it's good to get feedback from people to an extent, like that's why I'm very collaborative. Like even on the Converse thing, like Sam, he had hella suggestions. Like he keeps telling me like, bro, you directed it. I'm like, no, we kind of both did, but like in a way, like he co-directed, but it's good to be collaborative with people,
I remember the guy that made Gymshark, I think his name's Ben Francis. He mentioned that, he has the idea and his team is just like, he just basically gives them the idea, and then the team basically just like, he puts his trust in the team to make the best thing possible. And I think that's like kind of what you're saying as well, is you're trusting everyone around you,
Yeah.
and the best product will come out of that, hopefully.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. I hope my audio was good. Were there times when I'm just like talking like this?
Yeah, but it got better.
Okay. Okay.
Bro, freaking season 3. This is season 3. This first episode.
Really?
This is the first episode.
Oh, shoot, and this is my 3rd one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for hitting me up, especially because you have a really dope studio setup. I mean, it's always been dope, but I see the passion you put, and I see the improvements.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, even just trying to switch up whatever it is you're doing, not trying to stay stagnant, and always growing, always learning. Just even just switching up your environment, I feel like helps out.
Yeah. Are there any plans to get a bigger one?
Yeah, that's actually in the works too. Is getting an actual warehouse. I want to get a warehouse with warehouse space, big garage, 15-foot ceiling, so we can do cool stuff. I want to add there's so much stuff I want to do. I want to get a foam pit. I want to do some Fantasy Factory type shit.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick. For me, I want something like that in the future, an RGB. I don't know, with RGB lights and all that, that'd be cool. A dance studio, then an editing bay, and
right.
And a room to shoot in, that'd be sick.
Like a giant studio.
Like a giant studio, yeah. Then let's be brothers with our studios. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, the people next door moved out, and that's available. So I don't know. I kind of want to just talk with the realtor and. What's that?
Them?
No. The building next door.
Oh, the building next door.
That one's open and free. So, kind of want to talk to the realtor, see what's good with that.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's bigger than this one.
I think it's the same size.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one, dude. I mean, I could say it. I think to rent this place, it's $10K a month.
The whole building?
Yeah.
Damn.
But obviously we're subleasing, so shout out to Udi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
that's hefty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a house. That's
that's more than a house.
Yeah, more than a house.
I mean, that's Beverly Hills payment.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
No, yeah. For you, what do you see in the future for RGB, and as far as just your vision for RGB?
Yeah, it's crazy too, cause I don't even I'm not saying I don't care about my company, but it's more of a collective where it's where I go, everyone who's a part of my life goes with me.
Yeah.
I like keeping it that way, that way it gives me not really not necessarily accountability, but it just motivates me, cause if I make it to where I want to make it, then I take everyone with me. That's my mentality,
right?
Because if I do a movie, my feature film, I'm gonna take even you. I'll take everyone. If it's funded by A24, I'm gonna take everyone, no matter what role they get. I promise. I'm promising now that every film I make, all my Novelty, my RGB people will be a part of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, regardless of what role that they're in.
Right.
That's just how I do.
So you just want to keep it. I see that because, let me just explain it in terms of cars. So when people have a passion for cars, they become a mechanic, they kind of hate working on cars. They don't even want to work on their own cars anymore, because they're working on cars the whole day pretty much, and when they get home, they're just tired of it. So I'm guessing what you're saying is that you don't want to kind of turn it into a job per se, something like that, right? It's kind of a passion thing.
Yeah.
Obviously you still gotta work on the business side of it, but more so not really putting, I don't even know how to explain it, just putting kind of making it a job.
No, I think I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't even feel like a job. Even when I don't have clients on my personal freelance side, whatever, it literally just feels like I'm making dope shit with my homies.
Exactly.
And that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's why I want RGB to be. Even even like, yeah, sure, on paper it's like legally a video production company, but I see it as a collective. It's more than just holding a camera, it's a family, and I want to keep it that way. Like, if I make it somewhere that I see myself, doing and having fun with forever, then I take all my homies,
Right. What about like future? I mean, what do you want to do? Like future goals? Like you said, you want to get like a studio, warehouse.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's not my number one, but ultimately, I just want to do feature films and get paid for that the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But it takes time. But yeah, after Novelty, focus on my feature film. And I mean, I'll say this. Who's gonna see this right now? I'll say this. Depending how Novelty goes, I want to pitch this to be an Amazon Prime series.
That'd be lit.
Yeah, as a dance, kind of like what kind of like the story, but like split into like different settings. Same.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't want to say too much, but that's kind of what I've been kind of working on the side too. It's just the reception of how Novelty will be.
Right. I do want to say this though. In the future, one of my goals that I do want to do is have an animated TV show and do the voice acting for that.
That'd be lit.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I had a meeting yesterday to produce a new like animation series.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the works with. That's crazy that you brought that up, but I'm not gonna. I signed stuff, but that's in the works for myself.
Right.
I'm not sure if RGB can be affiliated with it yet, but yeah, that's like one thing I am working on is producing this new startups anime series.
It's like anime.
Not animation. Sorry, animation
Okay.
series. It's not anime. It's like a comic book, but they want to make it into like an animation series for like Cartoon Network or something.
Oh,
I'm in
dope.
talks. I'm in talks to like help produce, but that's
Yeah,
like
that's
one
dope.
thing I'm working on right now. But
Yeah.
that'd be dope too if like we both like create like a comic book show from scratch.
Yeah, from
Like in the
scratch,
future?
and then
Yeah.
just do like a fucking multiverse
Yeah.
collab one
Yeah,
day. I
that'd
don't
be
know.
cool.
Do you remember when freaking Jimmy Neutron and fucking Timmy Turner
Oh, yeah.
collabed?
Yeah.
That was lit.
Mm-hmm.
So like something like that. Like who would have thought that they would cross universes at that time?
Mm-hmm. Even with
That was
like
amazing.
the Spider-Man No Way Home. Like,
Yeah.
Even with the new Spider-Man, I'm just gonna want to spoil anything. Yeah.
Toby?
I don't want to spoil anything. Mm-hmm.
Bro, I watched the first Spider-Man like last week. Dude, it's still so good. It freaking holds up.
No, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the OG Spider-Man will always have a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Like that movie, like I grew up with that movie, like, but
Freaking William Dafoe, dude. Fuck.
Willem Dafoe, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Killed it
Mm-hmm.
as always.
Yeah. But yeah, I fucking love Spider-Man. Definitely one of my favorite superheroes.
Dude, there's something about doing what is it? The animation, it's called damn, it's fuck, I forgot the word. Where it's like computer generated. What is that called? No. It's like all the computer generated effects rather than how it used to be.
CGI?
Exactly, CGI. So there's something about Spider-Man where there wasn't that much CGI, the first one, and in movies in general where there's not that much CGI, it just feels more real. It feels more like,
and that's why they don't
feel it.
want to use too much CGI to make it look real.
Exactly.
Sometimes obviously CGI works where like you can't tell if it's CGI, but sometimes like
You can kind of you can tell.
You can tell, but I mean sometimes that's the point too,
Right.
But it has its ups and downs.
For sure.
But yeah, OG Spider-Man. Yeah.
Definitely OG Spider-Man. Well, I mean, for me, it's a tie between the first one and the third one, for sure.
I don't know. For me, I love all of them. Like
No, yeah.
yeah, I definitely am leaning towards more with Tom Holland and Tobey Maguire, but I mean they're all good, Even the like honestly, the new Spider-Man now, the Beyond Across the Spider-Verse, that's my favorite Spider-Man right now. movie at least.
So that one, like, okay, nice. I gotta watch that.
You haven't
Probably
seen
watch
it?
it tomorrow.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh shoot, yeah, it's my favorite Spider-Man so far movie.
Oh shit. Nice. Any other thing you want to talk about?
I'm like low-key looking it up right now.
Okay. I feel like we're missing a few things.
Yeah, let me look at the. You can cut this part. Oh no.
No, we don't have to cut it.
Okay. No, like in the edit.
Oh yeah, we'll just keep it up. We'll just keep it raw.
Okay, we'll keep it raw. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easier. Let me see.
I mean, we pretty much talked about everything.
Oh yeah, we pretty
Companies?
much did.
I mean, we talked about, we pretty much hit everything.
You're like, thank you, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you're good at that. Yeah, but yeah, Novelty shooting September probably.
When is it dropping? Do you have an exact
I wanted to, but
date?
maybe my birthday around my December-ish.
When's your birthday?
December.
I don't know
I'm
the
just
exact
kidding.
day. Is it
the 13th?
It's the 13th?
Yeah.
When's the 16th?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hung out my birthday on our birthdays. But yeah, around that time that'd be cool if like we had both our collab our parties into a premiere
Oh shit.
in LA. Yeah, but realistically maybe next year, but we want to do release like at least have a screening in Oxnard by December. Because obviously it involves a lot like Oxnard. So
Yeah.
it's an homage to Oxnard. But yeah, just been doing that right now, Novelty. So and I can't wait for people to see it.
Sure.
Long time coming.
Yeah. 7 years.
7 years.
Damn. Yeah, so I mean, thank you, bro. Third one done.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Damn, and I'm the first one. I'm the first episode.
Yeah, first episode.
It's cool. Got the shittiest person as the first one, so they look forward to the other one. So save the worst for first.
Worst for
kidding.
first? Nah, dude. Every podcast that we did was great.
Yeah.
Even though you were nervous.
No,
But,
yeah,
I mean,
I'm always nervous. It's because like for me, like I get nervous that I'm gonna say the wrong thing or I say something I'm not supposed to say. You know, but who's watching, right? It's not like Converse is watching this.
Yeah, I mean Converse
yeah.
or Tom Holland.
Or Tom Holland,
gonna
yeah.
watch this.
Yeah, I did his IMDb video and like when was it? Last year? And like I swear to God I thought he was I hope he sees it one day.
Didn't you do Akon's project?
Well, I mean I worked with my homie Chris. I like edited a social video. So
yeah, kind of worked
under Chris, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. I've done a lot. I can't even like think of what I've done, but
Yeah.
yeah, I hope Tom Holland sees my IMDb video. That'd be lit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, before we go, where can people follow you? RGB?
Yeah, RGB and Company or my my personal G_Rad92 on IG. So yeah. If I mean they're not gonna follow me, but just watch this and support Branden. That's all I care about.
All right. Well, novelty.
Novelty.
All right. Well, thank you, bro. Third of many.
Yeah. So I guess I'll see you guys next year.
We'll do more frequently.
Okay, and let's get more of like Novelty to be because they want to.
We can. I mean, maybe one day we can probably get a few of them, and then we could just have a podcast. You know, one on one. Just like swap.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Get like Novelty, like the main core, core 5, and then like the kids, and then like the. And I don't want to spoil. Yeah, just like because they're all groups. Like it's cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, get the parents too. Nah, get the parents on here. Nah, but yeah, bro, this was fun. Thank you so much for having me.
Dude, thank you for being here.
Of course.
Appreciate you.
You too, bro. God, I hate outros. All right. Peace.